It's a new era.
Tonight at 11, a name changer. This may be the last season the Bills' home stadium is called the Ralph. Plus, Bills fumble the first preseason game. We have live team coverage for you from the stadium with a look at which players stood out and who dropped the ball.
The doghouse here, the chair that I had sitting there is completely melted. The doghouse is melted, and you can see the extent of the damage.
And safe and sound, neighbors in Lockport have finally returned home after that massive recycling plant fire. We'll show you how close they came to losing everything. Well, it was a rainy night to watch some football. Check out these reported photos some of you sent us tonight. You can see the dark clouds forming in Jamestown and in Arcade here. Despite the rain, some of you were still able to see some pretty nice sunsets tonight. Good evening, everyone. We are following big news out of Ralph Wilson Stadium. But first, we want to update you on those storms. Andrew, is the worst of it over tonight?
Definitely, yeah. We did have some strong, even severe thunderstorms, heavy downpours, a lot of lightning, a lot quieter out there this evening, though. We're not entirely done with the rain, just mostly done. As those storms move off into central New York, we have those showers still hanging around the southern tier, beginning to taper off. But a quick peek across Lake Erie, a few more showers making their way in towards Chautauqua County. As we zoom out, you see there's actually that cold front that still has yet to make its way through, and that will bring us a few more showers in the overnight hours. But for the most part, we are by and large done with the rain. And many spots did see a good soaking. Unfortunately, not everyone seeing that heavy rain. Some spots only a few very brief showers. Seeing that breeze out of the southwest, once that cold front moves through overnight, we'll see that switch out of the northwest, and that'll bring some relatively cooler air in. Temperature still on the muggy side of the mid-70s right now. So a few overnight showers, still breezy and still humid. Coming up, I'll take a look at tomorrow, track some more rain on the way this week as well to tell you about. Marissa.
Andrew, thank you.
Jones slings it. Touchdown! Sarah Boykin as time expires.
Well, fans got a first taste of football at the Ralph tonight. The Bills may have lost to the Colts, but it certainly was an exciting first preseason game. We have team coverage for you tonight. News 4's Sports' Shannon Shepard has highlights. But first, let's go to Rachel Monjovi, who's following a big announcement from One Bills Drive. She tells us what the future holds for the name of the Bills' home turf. Rachel?
Marissa, Ralph Wilson Stadium is one of 8 current NFL stadiums without a corporate sponsor, but that could soon change, and fans, well, they're not all on the same turf.
To a lot of fans, it's just a stadium, name change. It happens.
Bills fans have mixed reviews about changing the name of Ralph Wilson Stadium. What was originally called Rich Stadium has been Ralph Wilson Stadium since 1998, named after team founder and then owner Ralph Wilson.
Ralph Wilson Stadium has been a huge spot in my heart ever since I grew up, and the Ralph will always be a part of me for sure.
Saturday, the Buffalo Bills announced they reached a stadium naming rights deal with Buffalo-based New Era Cap Company. This comes on the same day of the Bills' preseason opener. Many fans cheering for the name change says it's time for something new.
I would absolutely agree with it. New Era is a local company. They employ a lot of people. It's just a great thing.
New Era Hat Company, it's a great hat company. Obviously wearing it right now. They're the leading hat company. Believe that it's going to be an awesome new name for the stadium.
But other fans aren't too thrilled to leave the Ralph behind.
I don't like it at all. I think it's disrespectful.
It's unclear what the stadium will be named under the New Era sponsorship, but the Buffalo Bills plan on having a press conference with all the details this week. In the newsroom tonight, Rachel Monjovi, News 4 at 11.
Rachel, thank you. A lot of people talking about this tonight. Buffalo Bills owner Kim Pegula is reacting to the news, too. She tweeted this: proud to be partners with a hometown team. And Bills president Russ Brandon said, looking forward to a tremendous partnership with an iconic Buffalo company. Well, the Bills almost beat the Colts. News 4 Sports' Shannon Shepard has the highs and lows from the game tonight. Shannon?
Well, Marissa, luckily these preseason games really aren't about winning and losing. They're more about setting a barometer for where the team is in training camp and avoiding injuries. The Bills able to do one of those things tonight. Tyrod Taylor getting the start in this one. He played one series, as did LaShawn McCoy, who had this gain of 8 before his night was over. And then E.J. Manuel would take over, and he connected with the hottest player of the entire game. Chris Bragg is his name. A 19-yard touchdown reception. This in addition to a blocked punt for a safety. We'll show you coming up later in sports. The night was not without a blemish, though. Ike Enemkpali was injured with just 10 seconds left in the first half. Rex Ryan at the podium called it a, quote, serious knee injury. This one did get exciting, though, in the final second of this game. No time left. Cardell Jones to Jarrett Boykin. The touchdown making it a 1-point game. The Bills would opt to go for 2. The 2-point conversion would fail, so 19-18 was the final in this one. The Bills lose their first preseason game. Now I'll be back in about 15 minutes with a full set of highlights from this one, and we'll also hear from the rest of the News 4 Sports team. Sports Director Josh Reed and Tom Martin will have a recap from us from Ralph Wilson Stadium. Marissa?
Shannon, thank you. Looking forward to it. And don't forget, you can find all of our team coverage from the Ralph tonight on our website, WIVB.com.
It was a relief to get home, have your own, sit on your own couch, your own remote. And so now you can put things back together a little bit.
Well, families in Lockport are back home tonight after that deadly plant fire that forced hundreds of people to evacuate. Crews were back on scene today because the fire rekindled. Lockport fire leaders tell us a few hot spots were found in the rubble. Now, we're hearing from neighbors tonight who returned home to this: burnt down trees, fences, and the smell of burnt rubber in the air. Neighbors nearby tell News 4 it was difficult to leave their homes Wednesday night, not sure if anything would be left when they returned. And despite today's flare-up, neighbors say they're just happy to be back.
And then really to walk the area and to see the amount of damage of this fire is unbelievable. It is like a war zone. Stevens Street is called Ground Zero, and it looks like Ground Zero. It is unbelievable, and I am so grateful to the firemen that none of my neighbors lost homes or garages.
Well, now that the fire is under control, leaders are focusing on the investigation. Now, we told you a body was found in the fire debris yesterday. It's now being examined by the Erie County Medical Examiner's office. A 26-year-old man has life-threatening injuries tonight after a shooting in Buffalo. Police say he was shot just before 2:30 this morning in the 200 block of Hempstead Avenue. The man is being treated at ECMC. If you have any information about the shooting, you're asked to call the confidential tip line tonight.
Very shocking. The guy was a great friend, and we're just asking the public for prayers.
A man is in critical condition tonight after his boat flipped over during the Buffalo Poker Run. Now, the accident happened while we were there covering the event today. The boat flipped on the river near Gratwick Park just before noon. Now, this is video of the scene. The assistant chief for the North Tonawanda Fire Department tells us 2 people were thrown into the water, both a man and a woman. The Niagara County Sheriff's Office says the woman wasn't hurt. Authorities, though, say the man has a serious head injury and leg injury. He's in critical condition tonight at ECMC. News 4 photographer Dan Holland spoke with the president of the Poker Run, who is friends with the victim.
The wind kind of picked up over here, and the boat was a tunnel hull boat, and the speed was controlled. He was not an excess speed of going faster than he should have, and the boat just caught some air and flipped over. The EMTs were actually on my boat, and luckily a local paramedic was the first guy on scene, and then my paramedics went in the water and stabilized him, and the sheriff boat assisted shortly thereafter, got him on a backboard and got him out.
Now, McKee tells us the boaters are from this area. Now, this is the first incident in the Poker Run's 25-year history. We have a lot more news on the way tonight for you, including defending their title. Can Jam champions return to North Tonawanda and take on elite players from around the world.
It's very, very tight in here, but sometime in life you got to make things, you got to do what you got to do.
Plus, don't miss this next story. A helping hand, 3 women living in Buffalo remind us why it's called the City of Good Neighbors.